brick or I'ma have a flashback. Digging through the dresser like fucking where my mask at. The mash back with the banger and damage shit. And say fuck everything I learned in anger management. Hop back on some east side banning shit. And push a nigga's top back when I let the cannon spit. Start planning shit, premeditation. I'm in love with the streets again, rededication.
And you know what, one question I also wanted to ask you about too, man, is because you had mentioned a couple of times that you had been around on yards and there were white Crips or white Bloods pulled up, and it was automatically a racial fight or a racial problem, this and that. You know, well, when I came to Ironwood, you know, when I ended up coming to CR, you guys was already over there. The car was well established, 20-something homies. And we had a white homie over there from my hood by the name of Pee Wee.
Right.
And so what happened? Because he never got fucked with. What was the
So watch this though, right? You know what I'm saying? So at that time, you know what I'm saying, this is before we really got stuff established, right? You know what I'm saying? Because Pee Wee was there when we actually started getting the car established, bringing everybody together. Because when I first got there, you know, we was bumping heads with the IE car. You know what I'm saying? And I remember a cat, you know what I'm saying, from San Bernardino coming, right? And he basically tried to put a snitch jacket on my cousin, right? And the reason why they tried to put a snitch jacket on Easy, and the reason why that was because Easy had the yard sold up, right? You know what I'm saying? So Easy could do damn near what he wanted. If he wanted a pizza delivered to that motherfucker, he can get that, right? So
dudes was jealous of that.
Yeah, dudes was jealous of that, right? So they tried to put a snitch jacket on Easy. And the fastest, there's two things you can do to a man in prison that destroy his reputation, right? The first thing is you put a snitch jacket on him. You put a snitch jacket on him, man, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to come from up under that. It's if you're not snitching. Right. It's hard to come from up under that because everybody automatically going to assume that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying, you label him as a homosexual. Right. You know what I'm saying? So those are two fastest ways, you know what I'm saying, to tear down a man's reputation in prison. Right. You know what I'm saying? There are other ways, but those are the two fastest. So that's what he tried to do. They tried to put a snitch jacket on Easy. Right. You know what I'm saying? So when they tried to do that, you know what I'm saying, we smashed. Right. Vendog beat up the boy from Magnolia. You know what I'm saying? I went over there, punked the shit out of Yaya, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, Chances is just hitting the yard. So he like, man, what the hell is going on? Right? So, you know what I'm saying? So Chances get at me and Vendog, man, like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, we go way back, man. We got to put this together, you know what I'm saying, so we can have a unified front. And that's what we did. At that same time, you know what I'm saying, Pee Wee was already there. Right? But when Pee Wee first come, right, they got him in orientation, but I'm in a cell. Easy is out, right? So Easy, you know what I'm saying, go up there and go holler at him, right? So Easy come down like, man, there's a white boy up here talking about he know your whole family, right? I'm like, man, what are you talking about, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even thinking about Pee Wee, right? You know what I'm saying? So I go up there and boom, it's Pee Wee, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all know each other from the streets.
All that, right? You know what I'm saying? So I go back down there, I tell Easy, I'm like, hey man, that's the homie, you know what I'm saying? He a Crip, man, he from Bannon. Right? You know what I'm saying? He said, so you say, man, it's going to be a problem. I say, Easy. I'm not finna let nothing happen to him, right? I had a saying, man, not on my watch. Right? I said, man, I'm not finna let nothing happen to him. I said, so, you know what I'm saying, we're going to have to do something, right? You know what I'm saying? So Easy go, you know what I'm saying, he holler at the administration. Tell the administration, let us handle this, right? You know what I'm saying? So we come out, you know what I'm saying, I'm telling Easy, I'm like, hey man, you need to go holler at these white boys, man. Let them know, you know what I'm saying, we not taking this, right? So he go over there, he let them know. So first they like, nah, he gotta go or we taking off, right? I say, man, go back over there. Right? There's a white boy named Toker. I said, man, go back over. He had a big ass swastika on his back. I said, go back over there. You tell him, man, I'm gonna turn that motherfucker into a bullseye. Right? If he touch my homeboy, I'm fucking him up, right? So Easy go back over there. I don't know if he told him that or not, but this is what I'm telling Easy, right? So he go back over there, he come back, he say, hey man, he's straight, right? I'm like, man, you sure? I say, cause I don't wanna come down later on down the line, none of that stuff. I don't want no surprise attacks, none of that stuff, right? I said, because we might as well just go ahead and go right now. Right, so he's like, man, they said he all right, he cool, he's straight, right? Besides, man, the boy last name is Dela Cruz, right? So, so I'm like, hey, listen, man. So I say, listen, man, you know what I'm saying? If they get to tripping, right, I'm smashing, man. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? So then when I say that, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You got other Crips, man, that was like, so you had Insane from Watergate. He was like, homie, I'm with you, right? You know what I'm saying? Old Ray from Hoover, they was like, homie, you know what I'm saying? So y'all take off, we taking off. Right, my boy Dias from Venice Showline. He was like, man, we with y'all. You know You know what I'm saying? So you got all these Crips like, you know, like that. So then at that time, you know what I'm saying, at that time, you saying me and China was cool.
Right.
China the Damu.
Right.
China was like, hey, homie, you know what I'm saying? Y'all take off, we taking off.
Yeah.
So now, you know what I'm saying, we got both Crips and Bloods, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, willing to do this. You know what I mean? Like that. So the white boy told her, come tell Easy, like, hey man, we don't got the numbers to even think about doing something like that. He said, man, it's literally 6 skinheads on the yard.
Yeah.
Because at this time, they had already snatched all the Nazi lowriders off the yard. You know what I'm saying? They had already snatched all the P9s off the yard. They had already snatched all the skinhead dogs off the yard. So if you was a skinhead, you had to keep that shit on the low.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there was only like literally 6 skinheads. The rest was just the wood pile, just the wood car. You know, they ain't,
Yeah.
you know, they ain't with none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? They may not like it, but they ain't finna say nothing. You know, neither though, right? So he said, man, we don't got the numbers to even think about it. He said, man, as far as I'm concerned, man, he's cool, he's good, right? Now, of course, you had white boys that came to the yard. You had one white boy named Coco, you know what I'm saying? He was like the shot caller for the wood pile, because you had 2 different shot callers for the white boys. You had the white boy, the skinhead shot caller, and then you had the shot caller for just the wood pile.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? And you had that, and he man, every chance he got, he was trying to advocate to get Pee Wee, you know what I'm saying, lit. Right. You know what I'm saying? I told Easy, man, you better highlight that motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? So what he stopped doing, he stopped advocating, right? And then you start getting all these kites. You remember all them kites that people, they used to get dropped on them? Right. So he was the one that was dropping them kites. Right. Trying to get Pee Wee rolled up off the yard.
Yeah, you know, me and Pee Wee, we were stellies when I hit the yard. And like I say, I just tripped on, you know, by him being a white Crip. Then they call him Pee Wee because he's extremely short in stature, maybe about 5'6", if he 5'6".
5'5".
Yeah, so, but he never was bothered the whole time that I was there on the yard. So I was always wondering, you know, what did y'all establish to?
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
that was it, man. You know what I'm saying? That was the gist of it right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I told Easy, Mike, because Easy didn't really know him, right? Because you know Easy older than us. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then so Easy is my cousin on his dad's side of the family. Easy is Vindal's cousin on his mom's side of the family. So he, you know what I'm saying, watched both of us like basically grow up. Right. And he's like, man, basically, man, what y'all say, that's what it is. Yeah. You know what I mean?
A lot of people who ain't never done time, they have this certain type of thinking about homosexuality, and it's widespread in prison and all that. And I was telling them that everybody's experience is different, and it's not as prevalent as people think it is. So what was your experience in relation to, you know, homosexuality in prison and stuff like that?
So my experience was this, man, you know what I'm saying, that, and like I said, so again, it all came down to the climate, right? Who was on those yards, right? But my experience has always been, you know what I'm saying, if you wasn't a homosexual when you came into prison, you're not gonna be a homosexual, you know what I'm saying, when you leave prison unless you choose to be. Right. When nobody, you know what I'm saying, just outright just getting raped. Right? You know what I'm saying? With none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So now that's not to say that you didn't have rapists on the yard. You know what I'm saying? Because you know I used to hear stories about certain dudes, you know what I'm saying, taking advantage of other people, of you know what I'm saying, younger men. You know what I'm saying? I used to hear those stories, but I've never seen it. Right? You know what I'm saying? And then I've always been fortunate to be on yards with brothers who were not having that. You know what I'm saying? At all. You know what I'm saying? You know, so if a dude wasn't gay already, you ain't finna, you know what I'm saying, take that. You know what I'm saying? Unless, you know what I'm saying, he, you know what I'm saying, give it up to you willingly.
Right.
You know
And then maybe, you know, me and you, we was fortunate, because I think when you hit, you got the Salinas around 96, right?
96,
so we
96.
were
July
fortunate,
96.
yeah, same for me.
Yeah.
We was fortunate to come around the same time and come in an era where that no longer was happening, maybe like it was in the 80s and stuff.
Right,
Because
you know what I'm saying?
people have a certain idea, like you were saying, for the most part, due to like the connections, the affiliations, dudes ain't supposed to let that happen to their homeboy anyway.
Yeah, nah.
People, you know, California is deeply, you know, the gang culture, is deeply entrenched in California prisons. So, you know, damn near everybody is running with somebody. So people aren't supposed to allow their homeboy to be victimized that way.
Like that,
you know?
Exactly. Right, and in any event that you do, you are never going to hit a main line, you know what I'm saying, without having an issue. Without having a problem. Somebody's gonna be coming to holler at you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. You know what I mean? like that. And then it got to a point too, man, because even though you had, when I first came in, you still had the homosexuals on the yard, right? But as time went along, you know what I'm saying, they even stopped, you know what I'm saying, bringing homosexuals to the yard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you didn't really have, unless you was undercover, you know what I mean? But if you was an outright homosexual, they stopped even bringing them to the yard. They started putting them on going straight to PC yards.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Assisting these yards.
And that's what I was telling cats, like, you know, when I came, homosexuals would actually be ostracized, you know. They was pushed to the side, and basically it was just like, you know, anybody dealing with them, you know, they wasn't gonna, you know, they homeboys wasn't gonna permit them, because, you know, if you're in the cell with a homosexual, you know, y'all in there kissing and making love and whatever y'all doing, you can't come outside to the yard and smoke nobody, hit the weed behind nobody, and drink out the Pruno cup. You know, you ain't nobody supposed to have booty lips, you know, tasting a cup and all that old type of stuff. So, you know.
And then I'm gonna tell you like this too though, man, there's only one homosexual that I met, right, that wasn't treated like that. And that's because that motherfucker had hands. Right.
What you talking about?
So it was I was in Lancaster, right? It was a homosexual named Mike. Right, you know what I'm saying, dark skinned brother, man, but he full blown homosexual, wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah.
But Mike will whoop your ass though.
Yeah.
Right? I seen Mike, watch this, man. I seen Mike whoop on 6 Mexicans with a broomstick, right, in a riot. You know what I'm saying? We in Lancaster, you know what I'm saying? I'm stuck in the cell. This fool, the riot is going down. I'm looking out my window. Mike over there. First, he whooping on him, right? And as he whooping on him, you know what I'm saying? He like back up, grab a broom. And just started, man, he whooped on 6 of them by himself.
So was he a bigger individual, or?
Mike was about the same size as me right now, right? You know what I'm saying? And then, so after that, you know what I'm saying, I tell Mike, man, you know what I'm saying, hey, man, I don't give a fuck what's going on, man. You come to my cell, get whatever you want.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? That's how cool he is. So he used to come over there, you know, he wouldn't let me get some tapes. At that time, we still had tapes. So he wanted to listen to some music, whatever the case may be. Cool, you know what I'm saying? You come over there and get that, you know what I'm saying? But Mike will whoop your ass, though. Right.
Do you remember what was the riot about? You remember?
I don't remember. I just remember it was between blacks and Mexicans. I can't even say exactly what it was about. Right? You know what I'm saying? But you know, a lot of those riots, man, you know what I'm saying, was always, you know what I'm saying, a few of them were based on just, you know, a misconception, right? You know what I'm saying? Somebody got
a whole lot of nothing, really. Just things that really should have been able to be worked out.
Right.
And just immature dudes resorting to problems and this and that.
Right.
And I don't think sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not so much as the racial aspect. It's just really dudes with gang mentality. You know. So now instead of, you know, this smaller gang beefing with that smaller gang, it's just two bigger gangs because it has the racial aspect to it. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And but you know what I'm saying, then you always got that political element that comes with it. Right. You know what I'm saying? So so a lot of time, let's say, you know what I'm saying, you know, depending on who controlling the yard, you know what I'm saying? So oftentimes whoever controlled the dope, you know what I'm saying, basically controlled the yard. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying,
and return to the G-Ride with 3 straps, a ski mask with the case, squeezing keys apps, spraying everything from a nigga's brain to his kneecaps. Dear God, please don't let me relapse. And return to the G-Ride.